The United States and Jamaica are set to face each other once again in World Cup qualifying. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Filippo, and welcome to TBPN TV, and welcome to another match preview. Today we're going to preview United States versus Jamaica that's set to take place this Tuesday. As rounds go by, the United States is much closer to Qatar than before, and Jamaica is as far as it can get at this point. And for this video, we're going to try to predict the starting 11 of both teams. We're going to preview and tell you where you can watch the game, the time, the record among the teams, and update you on any news that has come out about injuries, suspensions of both teams. For Jamaica, we're going to have JD from iMexic Football to talk about him, and he's very, very angry in this video, so stay tuned for that. With that said, let's bring in Brazilian Filippo, because all he cares about is money, to talk about our sponsor. Thank you DraftKings for sponsoring this video. Now, a great way you can help with the channel is by using the code TBPN. I put it down in the description. You'll be helping the channel. Download DraftKings, use the code, and gamble with responsibility. Like in soccer, usually bet against Mexico. You'll usually make a lot of money. Okay, I'm not giving gambling advice. But thank you very much, DraftKings, for sponsoring the channel. Use the code TBPN, and let's get back to the video. Alright, now that we got Brazilian Filippo out of the way, him and Pedro Parker are a big problem to this channel. Let's play the intro. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm not going to repeat that during the video. Before we start, let's play the intro and let's start the preview. The United States is set to face Jamaica this Tuesday, November 16th at Independence Park, located at Kingston, Jamaica at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And this match will be the first match of the second half of World Cup Qualifying's Final 8 in CONCACAF, being the 8th game of a total of 14. If you're in the United States, you may watch it at Paramount Plus streaming service or at Universo as well. Along with that, I'll be putting on the description a free trial link for FuboTV. They don't sponsor us, but you can click on it and use the free trial and cancel it right after. They probably hate me for that, but I just want to get you to watch the game. That's all I care about. For this specific match away in CONCACAF, which is never easy, there will be fans. There will be up to 5,000 fans allowed in Jamaica, so we won't be playing with closed doors, so I guess that could be an advantage for Jamaica. Jamaica's coming off a 1-1 draw with El Salvador, and the United States is coming off a 2-0 win against Mexico. The United States currently leads the Final 8 with 14 points, while Jamaica sits in 6th place with only 6 points. So a win for the United States would get us to 17 points, and as I said several times in the channel, the safe number is 21 points to qualify to Qatar. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but 21 seems fairly safe. Now Jamaica has only 6, and this is the 8th match. So losing or drawing this game with the United States is almost like Jamaica is saying bye-bye to their opportunity or their chances of making it to Qatar. So honestly, it's, well, like pretty much every game, right? It's a must win. But for Jamaica, if they don't win, they're pretty much out at this point. Throughout history, the US men's national team and the Reggae Boyz have faced each other 30 times with a large, very large advantage for the United States. There's 19 American wins, 8 draws, and only 3 Jamaican wins. We have won all 3 games against Jamaica this year. Back in March, we defeated them 4-1 in a friendly. Then there was a 1-0 win in Gold Cup, and most recently, World Cup qualifying last month at Austin, Texas, we defeated Jamaica 2-0. However, all these games were not played in Jamaica. One was abroad in Europe, and the other one was in the other 2 were in the United States for Gold Cup and World Cup qualifying. But this time, it's different, not just because it's away, but because Jamaica is bringing a lot of the Euro stars such as Mikel Antonio, Leon Bailey, but at the same time, it's been very messy for them. JD will talk about it very soon in the video, and you guys will see that Jamaica on paper might look good, but they have a lot of problems to deal with. Before we bring in JD, here are a couple updates on the US men's national team. Weston McKennie and Miles Robinson will be suspended. Weston McKennie because of yellow cards accumulation, and Miles Robinson because he got a red card against Mexico. Joe Scally will likely be in the game day roster since Greg Berhalter has to cut 2 players out of the 25. We already have 2 suspended, so Scally will likely be there. Along with that, Greg Berhalter is considering additional call-ups. At the time of this recording, there is no one out yet, no name, so we don't know who he'll call up. However, regardless of who he calls up, the player that comes in now will be just to probably sit on the bench and most likely not get minutes. Just saying. With that said, everyone, don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. Comment your prediction or starting 11 that you think for this game. Who's going to win? Will Jamaica survive and still have a chance of making it to the World Cup? Well, we'll see. Let's talk now to JD, try to predict Greg Berhalter starting 11, Jamaica's starting 11, update on how they've been doing this camp, and try to give our score prediction. We are ready to preview here the United States and Jamaica with JD from IMAX and Football. As I said earlier in the video, his link is on the description. JD, how are we doing today?
Not so well, Filippo, not so well at all, because you're doing preview for the next video, but you're not talking about what happened last night. We got a wonder goal from one of the best strikers in the region, and I can tell you, we just never hold it. We can't save ourselves from ourselves, to be honest.
Let's get to that. Let's get to that part. Before we start, let me just make one thing clear, guys. We're recording this on Saturday, the day after the game with Mexico that United States won, and Jamaica tied El Salvador. Right? If I'm not, yes, El Salvador. Now, this is Saturday. There could be injuries or changes or problems, whatever it is. The game is on Tuesday. So if there's any updates, I'll pin it on the comment section down below. But JD, talk about the game last night. Jamaica won. El Salvador won. Mikel Antonio was on the bench. So probably the best player Jamaica has right now alongside Leon Bailey. Probably the best one, actually. He was on the bench. He comes in and scores, 5 minutes since he came in, he scores. Let's talk about that first. And I'm going to put Jamaica's starting 11 here. Why was Antonio on the bench?
What the rumors, because I'm going to say it's rumors. West Ham gave him maximum minutes to play over 2 games, and they can cut it how they want. If that's actually true, I think they have made a big error and put in their eggs in the wrong basket, because United States is a very good team. So I think you could give him halftime and then give him halftime if that's the actual story. You're going to see it come out very soon. I think it's already on Jamaica's TV, because everyone in Jamaica going haywire. Oh, the best, maybe one of the best strikers in the CONCACAF can't play. What's going on? And it took an injury to bring him on, and that's the problem. So that's what we heard. So we're going to just put that out there. You know, I don't do fake news, so I would say that's what's going on. And Jamaica didn't drew with El Salvador. Mikel Antonio drew with El Salvador because he came on and did what he had to do by himself. He took on 3 players and then put it past the goalkeeper. That's it. We never played well. Yeah.
One question. So he only came in because of an injury then? That's what you're saying?
I actually believe he wasn't going to come on, because it took Paul to say, what happened? Is he Mikel Antonio is on the bench, you know? What you want to do? Put on Lamar Walker? Okay, something is really going on. That's there. He was really fired up on the sideline, because believe me, thing is going on in this federation that is ridiculous. I think yesterday you had Ravel Morris on the bench, Mikel Antonio on the bench, and Liam Moore on the bench. And you can see it arguable in the 3/3 of the pitch, defensive midfield and attacking third. Those are the 3 players. So unless all of them has restriction and playing time, hence why they are not playing. So it's either 2-way. It's either the restriction, or when you're too good, Theodore Whitmore can't coach you. So you have to just be on the bench because he can't fit you in a system. And that's the actual situation. I know I might be a little bit too angry and aggressive, but I think if you watch the game, you're going to be angry just like myself.
In what you just said, true. It's another thing I noticed here. So you had Ethan Pinnock is injured, supposedly, and he wasn't available. But
no, he was not selected because others are better than him in the team, according to them.
Okay.
According to them.
So Damian Lowe, Mariapa are better than Ethan Pinnock.
Yes.
A very good Premier League.
One of the best defenders in the Premier League. They are better than him. Okay. Yes, those are the things that's going on.
Okay, sounds like Jamaica.
I'm not holding back.
So it sounds like Jamaica's got a little bit of a nonsense
ego problem.
Nonsense.
Ego problem.
Who let Crazy Town on the loose in Jamaica? Who let Crazy Town out?
Ego problem. When you put maniacs in charge, that's what you get. Ego problem. Because maybe the guys them said, because Mikel Antonio, the reason why he was left out the last time, let me tell you viewers that they said it's communication issue. It's because of me. Why they turned up and said it's communication issue, because I decided that I'm going to really investigate what happened. He said he's not going to come without his physio. West Ham says he's not going to come without the doctor and the physio, and they are willing to pay everything because they know the JFF doesn't have any money, so they're going to pay for everything. And they didn't sign the paper in time because one of them said they have capable people to deal with Mikel Antonio. So where is he going with his own things?
So, JD, one question now in regards to another topic in the same game, and then we're going to go to our predicted starting 11 for Jamaica and for the United States as well. Leon Bailey, was he good last night?
Very average. Very average. Very average. He started off very good. Looked like he wants to get up for the game. But the problem is, if you don't in football, formation plays a very vital point. So if you can't get out of traps and zones, what problematic for Leon Bailey every single time? Because we don't have a right back. We're literally going to field with 10 players naturally because we don't have a right back. We have one of the best young players, Javane Brown, in the MLS, but because he's too good, he can't play. So you have to go back to the guy that named Albas Paul that I don't know what he does on a football field. And Oni Fisher is actually a up top player. He's like a winger. He's not a fullback. And they seem to pick them. They can't make teams in the MLS, And the guy that is playing week in, week out in the MLS can't get the game.
I mean, just say it this way. I think Jamaica at this point, especially because Greg has gotten a lot better, especially yesterday against Mexico, we saw a different lineup. We saw the pressing game from the United States worked very well against Mexico. There were a little bit of issues when Mexico was able to break the press. They were able to get good opportunities, but I'm pretty sure the U.S. will adjust to that. And the team is young. So Tapa Whitmore is unanimous right now. The worst coach in CONCACAF. There's no more questioning on that.
I'm going to put it as far. He's the worst coach in the Jamaican Football League, which is the Jamaican School Football League, which is the Manning Cup, and he's not coaching it. He's the worst coach there. I can tell you that. Yes, he's the worst coach in Jamaica. Period.
All right, so let's go to the next one. And by the way, Jamaica or JFF or Jamaican fans, if you're listening to this, I volunteer to be the Jamaican coach. I already said this. I would do it for free if they pay all my expenses. Now, look, one thing to add is the last time Jamaica had any success, they had a Brazilian coach, René Simões. So I'm half Brazilian, so that's...
Filippo Simões, no.
Yes, Filippo Simões. So if you need me, I'm here. But with that said, let's go back to the video here. Predicted starting 11 for Jamaica. But if you want to, do you want me to go through the United States first? Because that'll be quick.
Yes, do it quick because we have a long time to talk about this lineup.
So the United States is very quick. I think we're going to go for 4-3-3. It's been working and Greg's been consistent with it, and I think the press has been good. And I think if we press Jamaica out of the back, they're going to have to blast the ball forward, or they're going to give it away if they try to build up or try to play out of the back.
They're going to blast it regardless. It's a long ball FC. Our new name is Long Ball FC.
Because also Jamaica is not as technical as Mexico, and Mexico was struggling to build out of the back with the U.S. press. So I think United States is going to go in a 4-3-3 with Zach Steffen on goal, DeAndre Yedlin on the right, Anthony Robinson on the left. The two center backs are going to be Chris Richards and Walker Zimmerman because Miles Robinson is suspended. He got a red card. The midfield is going to be Tyler Adams, Yunus Musa, and I think Greg's going to go Gianluca Busio from Venezia in the Serie A. Yes, Weston McKennie suspended too. Unfortunately, Weston got a second yellow card from previous matches, so he's suspended. So yeah, we don't have Miles and Weston. And Weston scored yesterday. So Yunus and Lucio. The front three, I think he's going to repeat the same as against Mexico. Tim Weah, which was the best player yesterday on the right wing. Brendan Harrison on the left because Pulisic still can't go full 90, but Pulisic will come in the second half. And Ricardo Pepi up top. So just to recap, Zach Steffen on goal, Yedlin on the right, Anthony Robinson on the left, Chris Richards and Walker Zimmerman as the two center backs, Tyler Adams as our 6, Yunus Musa and Busio as the dual 8s, Tim Weah as the right wing, Pepi on the center forward, and Brendan Harrison on the left wing. And one thing I want to say to everyone is this. Some people might say, what about rotation? Guys, it's a camp with 2 games. They're having more time in between the games. He's not going to rotate. He's going to play the best players he can. And I think we had a very strong performance against Mexico, and he should repeat as much as he can at that lineup. And the only players I change here, JD, are the ones that are suspended. Miles Robinson and Weston. Everything else should be the same. I'm hoping to see Joe Scally this time get some minutes, but I think Greg's going to repeat it. This is what I think is going to go. So now, Jamaica, start the formation.
All right, then. I thought you would have given Captain America some big praise, because I know you have to go over the top when it's Captain America, but nevertheless, we have to put a little spice in the video because we know we're going to talk about Jamaica again. Yes. And tell you what, we don't have a formation. I'm very sorry. We don't need to pick a formation because Tapper will pick all of the players them you expect him not to pick. You get me? But I can give you my formation that I think would be best suited based on what we have here. And best suited what we have here, he's going to normally pick a 4-2-3-1 system. That's what he's going to pick. But I think a 3-5-2 will be much more combative. And in the 3-5-2, because we know how the function works of the players, we have to have Andre Blake in goal because he's a very good goalkeeper, but he can't kick out a ball. He can't pass the ball to nobody. And
So
I
he's
think
Matt
that's his
Turner?
actually. Yeah, he's Matt Turner, XG with incredible agility. So he's a very good shot stopper, but he can't pass the ball. I think we have actually deaded that conversation now. I've been fighting with people on my channel, but obviously I analyze the players. So he can't kick out the ball. So that's why we should go to a back three. And the reason for that is we have a sweeper. So he can always be closer to him so he can make a shorter play. So at least options. Yes, so Mariappa would be the actual sweeper because I think he can read the game very well and he's the most intelligent defender we have now. And then you would have Damian Lowe push away on the right hand side due to the fact that he's always an error or a red card waiting. So you want to keep him away from the goal as possible. He had a decent game yesterday, but he still made it rough for himself. And then over the left hand side, you have Liam Moore, the actual best natural centre back we have right now. Over on the left hand side, and then in the 5 system up in the midfield we will use Taxi Lawrence because we need someone that can actually defend and go forward at the same time. So Taxi Lawrence on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I think I would go with Javane Brown. I think that kid really needs to be in the game right now. And then in the double, we have to use Devon Speedy Williams. So Devon Williams and Anthony Grant. Take out Aka out the team. Aka is a dancehall act. That is a 40-year-old personnel that was doing disco. And they took him off a disco court and then put him in the field. That is madness. Take him off. The guy was tired 27 minutes in the game.
He was like dancing in the 80s?
He was dancing for 27 minutes and he's done. Take him off the field. It's not a joke thing. So you have Devon Speedy Williams and Anthony Grant in midfield. And then at cam, stop playing Kimar Roof as a cam. He's a central forward and a striker and 2 wingers. All right. So you put Ravel Morrison in the cam. Left side, you actually put Bobby Reed because he's a winger and not an artificial fullback that needs to play.
Wait, but you're playing a 3-5-2. So are you playing with 2 strikers?
Sorry, yeah. So 2 strikers. So 2 strikers. We're going to drop. Sorry about that. 2 strikers. So up front, we are going to put Roof and Antonio up front. So that's the 3-5-2. So Bailey, he has to be on the bench and then come in and get himself up. Because we have to be defensively sound, midfield engageable, and then strikers lethal. Kemar Roof and Anthony are 2 of the best strikers in the region, but yet still they can't play at the same time.
JD, just to recap, so Jamaica, if it was you go for 3-5-2 with Andre Blake on goal, Damian Lowe as the right center back, Mariappa is the sweeper, the central center back, Liam Moore is the left center back.
Yes.
The left wing back would be
Taxi Lawrence, yes.
The right wing back would be Brown.
Yes.
The dual pivot 6s would be Speedy Williams,
Devon Williams, and Anthony Grant.
The attacking midfielder, Ravel Morrison.
And the 2 strikers says it all. The 2 best strikers we actually have. But Whitmore doesn't know that, you know?
Yeah. With that said, the final section we want here is score prediction. What's your score prediction for this match?
I need to do that. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man.
If you don't, I'll go first. You want me to go first?
Yes. Thank you very much. Go first, please.
I'm going to go with United States. We're going to have a good defense again. I'm going to say United States 3-0. 3-0 United States at Jamaica. I think that's going to happen. If Greg goes with the lineup I just said, which I think he will, you're going to see a highly technical United States team, very good on the press, very solid in the back. I think United States controls this game and gets a 3-0 win.
With the field that we have in Jamaica?
Yeah, well, the field's going to affect both, right?
Yes, I know. I know rain falling on both sides of the pitch. Yes, I know. But it's so bad, the technicality might kind of get faded, you know, because they can't pass 2 balls.
But JD, Tapa's not going to play the lineup you just put. He's going to do something worse.
Yeah, okay, yes. All right, for me, I want to believe that we have such good strikers that are actually better than USA strikers. So I think we can get an individual brilliance yet again, because Mikel Antonio is the strongest man in the world. Because I saw him hold up Shamar Nicholson and Ravel Morrison at the same time on one arm. Yes, he's going. That is Captain Jamaica. That's a new name, Captain Jamaica. He's going to score one.
Oh. What's the score?
Captain Jamaica. 2-1. I think USA will win it. 2-1. I'm very sorry, my Jamaican fans, but we have to be realistic. Until something drastically change, then I can be upbeat, because I was really up for this game. I truly believe we are going to win the game, and look how it ended up. We should never won this game.
All right, everyone. You heard it from JD. You heard it from me. Thank you very much, JD.
Thanks, fans, and thanks, Filippo, to have me here. Yes.
All right, everyone, this does it for the video here. You know, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button before you go. Along with that, don't forget, we will be doing a live watch along for this game as well, along with a post-match and 7 things we learned from the video. And once World Cup qualifying camp is over, we will be doing a full recap of the entire camp of all nations, right? In one video, we're going to talk about every game, just so you're updated on how the games went, how our opponents went for the United States, Jamaica, and update you on the table to save you time. And thank you all very much for watching. See you guys on Tuesday on the live watch along. We're getting close to Qatar. The United States men's national team is starting to look better. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day.